Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful co-host, Cori Silva.
Well, it's a jolly holiday with you too, Bert. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Okay, now I'm going to switch it back up. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending, and we've been in the real estate and lending industry since 2004. We both came from the financial corporate world.
Corporate.
And here we are now, 17 years later, and we absolutely love what we do. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And Betsy, we have you here, and Monica. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for loving our outfits. So this morning, Monica made a special delivery for me since you broke my other cup.
Oh, is that a new one?
This is the new one.
Wow.
Thank you, Monica. Oh, I wasn't supposed to show that. Okay, thank you so much. I love it. And she made a special one for Tanya, too.
It's a little spooky. Now, welcome everybody to our first ever Halloween Spooktacular show.
Yes.
And this definitely fits the bill, right?
Yes, definitely adds some flavor in here. And Tanya just joined us. Hello, Tanya.
Hi.
Hello, you gorgeous people. Hello, you gorgeous lady. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. So do you like our costumes?
What do you think? It's just a little something we threw together.
It's a throwback. It's an old costume.
What I love about this costume is I don't have to wear a belt, so I still fit into these pants 3 years later after I wore it last time. Suspenders. I think I might start going with suspenders on an everyday thing.
It's a good look for you. I like the hat, too.
What do you think about the hat? I think I'm going with this, too.
Yeah, my dad rocks that hat like all the time when he goes out, and it's a good vibe. I like it. It kind of reminds me of Peaky Blinders, too.
Nice.
Got that vibe.
So I should be dressing like a 71-year-old. I could dig it.
You've got the gray to go along with it.
Wow.
Sorry.
I got more than gray.
Sorry.
It's like, I think I skipped gray. I went right to white.
Yeah. No, you have some gray mixed in there. A little salt and pepper.
A little bit.
Thank you, Tanya. She said our costumes are so adorable. We really appreciate that. So let's talk Halloween. What's everybody's plans? We'd love to hear some of your comments. So feel free to chime in. Our Halloween consists of going trick-or-treating with the kids. Last year we didn't get a trick-or-treat because of COVID.
Did we not trick-or-treat last year? What did we do?
So our sister-in-law and my brother, they did like a Halloween kind of like egg hunt, but it was a Halloween candy hunt.
It was fun.
It was so much fun. So she set up this whole Halloween extravaganza at her house, and the kids had so much fun, and we hung out in the garage, and I think they even did a piñata. Did they do a piñata and they got the candy out?
We did the candy corn toss.
Oh, yeah. We had a candy corn toss.
That was fun.
So there's so many other things you can do if you are on the edge about going trick-or-treating, because I know COVID is still real and people are very concerned about it. So I think we'll have a little bit of that mixed in with it this year at their house. So it should be a lot of fun.
So the kids don't care what we do as long as we go to Corey's brother's house to go trick-or-treating with their cousins.
Oh, I love their cousins. It's so much
fun. That's all they want to do every single year, which is great.
It's our tradition.
We don't have to think about it. It's automatic. Yeah. I love that.
And at our house, we don't ever have any trick-or-treaters come by because there's a hill and people are intimidated by the hill. So we leave candy out just in case, but the candy is always there when we get back.
Always. I think we could put like a bag of money there. It would still be there. Nobody comes to our front door.
Nobody. And this year they might be a little bit scared too. So, but anyways, we're super excited about Halloween. It's going to be a lot of fun. And our last week was super busy.
I don't think we've ever stopped. So like right after the show last week, Cori went to pick up the kids. We ran home, put on our costumes, and went right to the pumpkin patch.
Yes, it was so much fun. I mean, the kids get super excited about going to the pumpkin patch because now it's not like how it was in the olden days when we went. Like
I never went. Well, go ahead. I want to hear about your olden days.
Poor Chris has never been to the pumpkin patch when he was young. So my parents would take us and we would go and you would look through all the pumpkins and try to find the perfect pumpkin to take home. But, there's there's different ones in different areas based on price.
Sure.
So we would get one that was within the budget, and you get a pumpkin and you take it home and you carve it, and it's so much fun. Well, now it's like they've got jumpers everywhere. They've got a petting zoo.
They have rides.
They have rides. I'm like, wow, these kids don't know how good they have it. There's so much to do at the pumpkin patch, but it's not cheap going to the pumpkin patch anymore.
I don't know what. I know this is terrible, but sometimes I don't have a concept of what things cost because Cori pays for everything. And then when I do finally pay for something like these tickets, right, it was like $50 for like 30 minutes of fun.
Yeah, it was not cheap. I'm like, wait, we're out of tickets. Chris is like, all right, let's go. It's time to go. I'm like, wait a minute. Even I was sad. Nola's like, what? We just got here. I want to go on another slide.
Now, and so that pumpkin patch, it's pretty fun. I love the location. It's really smart. But as soon as we get out of the car, we got blasted in the face by, I think Snoop Dogg was next to us, in the car next to us, hanging out. And we're like, thinks it's a good idea to just smoke out in the open when there's nothing but kids around? But I don't know this. But I think it might have been the workers there.
I'm almost 100% positive it was the workers there, because one of the rides, I looked at Chris, I'm like, are you sure you want to let them get on this ride? Because the ride operator, I don't know if he's all there right now. He looks like he's been having a good time in the parking lot.
I thought it was like part of the act, right? It's Halloween. Guy looks like a zombie, but he didn't have a costume on.
I was a little on edge, I'm not gonna lie, but we let them go on, and I made sure that Chris buckled them in, because I'm like, I ain't taking no chances with that zombie.
I got this.
And when we came back to the car afterwards, it had to for sure be the workers, because that smell was still there. How was that happening for all of the hour and a half we were there, or the 30 minutes of rides that we were there?
Right. I mean, we're probably there a little bit longer, probably there about an hour. But that's because we spent too much time in the petting zoo.
Oh my gosh.
So you want to talk about this petting zoo experience? The petting zoo was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice and clean. There wasn't, you could tell that they're actually cleaning up after the animals, and we weren't stepping in big piles of you know what. So we're waiting to get in there, and everybody gets to take a turn. I mean, come on, people. This is basic things you learn when you're a child. You wait your turn. So we're waiting. We get in there, and there's only a limited amount of people they could let in, because you don't want to spook the animals, right? So we're in there, we're petting the little piggies.
The line wasn't long.
The line was not long. We go in there, we're having a good time. Kids are petting the bunnies, and all of a sudden I hear this lady, "Time's up." And I'm like, oh, I know this lady is not.
I thought she worked there at first, because I was like, oh, okay, time's up.
No, she was just standing there.
She was
heckling us. Karen's like, "Time's up." And I looked at her. I was like, the lady working here has a timer. Thank you. And she just walked away. Ow. What in the world is wrong with people?
I don't know. It's not that serious. Like, you're going to pet some goats.
It's goats and pigs and some bunnies.
What's the big hurry?
I don't know.
It's like random time in the day. It's a Wednesday. It's like 5 o'clock. We're like, where are you going to go?
Like,
why are you in such a hurry? Just calm down.
There's no lines for any of the other stuff. I mean, your family is going to be able to enjoy the experience, but don't ruin it for everybody else.
You know what was cool before? So while we were waiting in line, sure, you start to wonder, like, how long do they let the family ahead of us go in? But you were patient. We had nowhere to go. We're hanging out. It's no big deal. Be patient. And by being patient as a parent and an adult, you teach your kids how to be patient, right?
Absolutely.
So that lady was a terrible example, but it was pretty cool. So I don't know the name of the actress, because I'm not good with names of stuff like that. But the main actress from the show Mayans, which is filmed here in Santa Clarita, it's a Santa Clarita homegrown shot show. Like, everything's in downtown U-Haul. And anyhow, she was there. She looks exactly like she does on the show, and she was there with her 2 kids. If she was by herself, I would have gave her a shout out, like, oh, I love the show, whatever. But I didn't want to bother her with.
She was there with
her kids. She was her kid, so I didn't bother her. But she looked like she was having a good time too, and so did her kids. That little boy did not want to leave the petting zoo.
He had a lot of fun in there, and we made friends when we're waiting in line. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to just make your experience fun, right? So the little kid in front of us turned around and saw Nola. She was dressed like Pikachu, and he's like, Mom, look, it's Pikachu. And then, so we just sparked up a conversation and we had our Pokemon talk. Like, we were dressed up as, Chris was Ash Ketchum.
Right.
I was Eevee. Nola was Pikachu, and Santino was Score Bunny. So it was cool because while we're sitting there waiting, you could either choose to be negative and have a horrible time or be positive and make some new friends. And we made some new friends just standing in line. And the line went by so quick when you're having a good time, right?
Always. I mean, you know me, like, if somebody's within 3 feet of me, I'm talking to them.
Of course.
I can't help it. I got a big mouth.
Yeah, you do. So then we had a good time at the pumpkin patch, right?
A great time. The only thing is we left too soon for Nola. I didn't give her the warning. I was like, all right, we're going.
Yeah.
It's because I got cold.
Here's the thing. With
And I was
kids,
hungry.
You have to give kids warnings. I'm not sure about all you other parents, but you can't just be like, she's over there in the moment, having a great time. Oh, we're going. I'm like, wait, you got to tell her like give her the 2-minute warning so she could mentally prepare that she's going to just not have fun anymore.
Right. I did tell her that was the last ride. And then I was like, all right, we're going. I think she didn't believe me that it was the last ride.
Yeah, poor thing. She was in the car. How come everybody else gets to stay and have fun? She never says stuff like that, but she was having a good time.
I love how she's being more vocal.
Yes, that girl. She knows what she wants.
If they can give a good argument, like a valid argument, I'm like, oh, all right, maybe we'll stay a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but we didn't.
No, you were cold.
I was ready to go.
When Chris is ready to go, he's ready to go.
Yeah, I have no problem being like, all right, we're gone. Anywhere. Right? If we're at a party at a mixer, I'm like, all right, we're going right now. Yep. What? Okay. You're like, what? We just got here. No, right. It happens.
It does happen.
So what happened? All right, so that was Wednesday. Thursday was pretty exciting. Do you want to elaborate on what happened Thursday?
So on Thursday, we got certified to be a minority business entity. And for those of you who don't know what that is, we have to go through a long, extensive application process.
Sure.
And we have to go through interviews, and we got certified. So I'm super excited about it. It's going to open up so many opportunities to network with other minority business entities and work with big corporations. So we're super, super excited about that. We got our certification that day of our interview, and we were expecting to get a response back in the next couple weeks or so. And the same day we got notified, and then that same exact day there was an orientation. So there was a lot of new things happening all at once. And we're still just kind of on cloud 9 about all the new opportunities we have with it. So I'm super excited.
I'm super excited because personally and together, right, come a long way since that. So I'm first, for people that don't know, I'm first generation American. Okay. So I'm the first one in my family to be born here in the United States. My mother immigrated from El Salvador. My dad immigrated from Chile in South America. And I'm the first one born here. Cori is a Miklovich, right? So that's her maiden name. So you want to talk a little bit about your background and how you make up how you're a minority-owned business?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So my dad is Czechoslovakian, Russian, Polish, and my mom is Native American and Swedish. So we're really in, like, our mixture is like...
Pocahontas and John Smith.
Yeah, it's like Pocahontas and John Smith got together, basically, is what we are. But I am a tribal member, and I'm the member of Santee Sioux Nation, and so that's where my background comes from. And so that's how we qualified to be a minority business entity. And I don't know, we're really proud of our heritage, and we're proud to be minorities. So we're excited to be able to like help uplift other minority business entities and other minority business owners. So we're super excited about it.
I'm really excited about it. I'm very proud to have that certification.
Me too. So that happened on Thursday, and then Friday. What happened on Friday?
Friday's family day. Well, it's weird. So we have a family day every single week, either Friday or Saturday. But we've been having things coming up on Saturdays. So we've been moving my family day is my side of the family. Mm-hmm. Siblings come over with their spouses and our nieces and nephews. So we had that on Friday.
Yes.
But it was also Jamesy Boy's, our nephew's birthday.
Yes, it was his birthday. And so we celebrated James's birthday at our house. And the kid, he is very picky with what he likes. He only wants mac and cheese or ramen. So he made it nice and simple for us. He made him some mac and cheese. He was excited, and some cupcakes, and everyone was happy. So we sang happy birthday to him. And then Nola finally got her happy birthday song.
Thank goodness. That was like a little bit of a weight off our shoulders, right? So for anybody that didn't tune in last week, Nola had such a ball and we had such a good time, and it was a little chaotic at her birthday party the week prior. We dropped the ball as parents and forgot to sing her happy birthday.
Poor thing.
So she was very disappointed. She didn't realize it till the next day. We were very disappointed. We realized it that night, but then it was too late. She fell asleep in your arms. So it was a huge parent fail. Hopefully it never happens again. But we try to redeem ourselves on Friday.
Yes, I think she was happy.
She's had a lot of
about it.
happy birthday songs, like from other people, because we missed it on that day. So it kind of made up for it, I think.
I mean, there's been a lot of our friends who have really reached out and made her birthday special. You know, I mentioned it last week. Monica brought her a coffee cake and sang happy birthday to her at jiu-jitsu. And her cousins came over to the house the next day and sang happy birthday to her too. And then we also got a special gift yesterday from our really sweet friends who are so thoughtful. They overheard, actually I may have told them, and maybe we even talked about it on the podcast, about how we weren't able to get Nola the specific stuffy that she wanted from Disneyland.
Very specific.
They went out of their way to find her this little dog named Doug from Up. And they gave her a present yesterday. So thank you, Professor Lecca and Professor Art.
That was so sweet.
Joseph and James, we really appreciate it because it means a lot that you're paying attention to when someone talks, and totally made her day. She's super excited.
Definitely didn't have to do that, but we appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Little things like that go a long way.
Especially with you.
Oh my gosh.
With
I
me
know.
too, but Cori's very thoughtful. And she definitely recognizes when other people are thoughtful and appreciates it tremendously, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah. So much. It's the little things. So it looks like we had a few comments while we're yipping and yapping. Tanya said, yes, Chris, the hat and suspenders are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And that's so awesome, guys. I think she was making a comment about the certification that we got. And she said, thank you for everything. So that was probably for James's birthday. So my dad turned 71
71
on Saturday. So
he doesn't look 71
at all. I love my dad so much.
He has more hair than I do.
Why are you so jealous?
I'm a little jealous.
He does
He
have
has
good
a
hair.
beautiful mane on him.
He does. Thank goodness, because I don't want to be losing my hair at a young age. But my dad, he turned 71 and we had a birthday for him and it was so much fun. We're a little disappointed because Grandma didn't make it. We're supposed to celebrate her birthday.
But it's not her birthday yet, so
Her
it's not too
birthday
late to
is-
drop something off for her.
I know, it's the 31st, but my aunt had a cold and it turns out she has COVID. And so is my uncle. So if everybody out there could just, have good thoughts that they'll get over it quickly. So
I'm sure they will. So, I mean, you have your aunt, your uncle, and your soon-to-be 92-year-old grandmother in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If they could beat COVID, we all could beat COVID.
yes, for sure.
Okay.
Sure. So anyways,
So what also happened, though, well, before I talk about it, anybody that's just tuning in, welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva. This is my beautiful wife, Cori Silva. We're the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending. Thank you for tuning in on the show. Saturday was great. Enjoyed the birthday party, but did not enjoy the Dodgers getting eliminated from the playoffs.
yeah, that's horrible.
I mean, we've been spoiled, right? Like the Lakers won the championship a couple years ago. The Dodgers won. Like, it's okay.
It's not okay. Not
And
for
then-
the diehard fans
and
and
the
the Dodgers.
The Rams are balling right now. Who knows? You might see the Rams and the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Definitely not the Cowboys. Any of you loser Cowboy fans out there, you guys stink. I don't care if you're 5-1 or 6 and whatever your record is. You're gonna fall apart like you do every single year.
Wow. Okay.
Just wanted a quick shout out to the Cowboy fans out there.
Okay. I'm glad you're getting everybody riled up. Hopefully that'll bring some comments. Can people put more comments? I see Tanya's very active today. So thank you, Tanya. She put, oh no, I hope everybody feels better soon. So sorry they have
So-
COVID. Yes.
And I could brag a little bit more about, I could trash talk the Cowboy fans because, they think every year they think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, day after, we had our fall festival, which we'll get into.
Mm-hmm.
But, just as important to the fall festival, I was sneaking away at the fall festival. There was a bunch of Raider fans there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were watching the game on their phones. I was like, oh, what's the score? They destroyed the Eagles on Sunday. The Raiders are in first place for like the first time since, I think, 2001 at this point of the season. And nobody thought that was going to happen. Everybody's like, oh, the Chiefs or the Chargers. I can't wait to pick up my kids today from school, specifically Nola, because her teacher, Miss Frieden, is a diehard season ticket holder Charger fan. And you better believe, as soon as the show ends, I'm getting out of these clothes. I'm putting my Raider shirt on, my Raider hat on, and I'm going to pick up those kids with a smile because the Raiders are in first place and the Chargers are not.
I'm so happy for you. Last week it was a little different story. You were just like, "Oh, Raiders, I don't even want to talk about that."
No,
and
2 weeks
moved
ago.
on.
2 weeks ago. They're on a 2-0 streak. They've been winning.
Okay, well, good job to them. I guess their new coach is working out pretty well for them.
Yeah, you know what? Some of the players have come out, put a little shade on Gruden, and they're just like, yeah, it felt really nice not having somebody yelling in my face on the sideline if you don't make a great play. And coach was just like, hey, we're going to get it on the next one. So I think this generation is just different, right? So the generation that I'm in, that I grew up watching football when I was a teenager, they're used to coaches yelling in your face. Like even my high school coach, right? He was a Navy SEAL. So was the defensive coach. They would say we were lower than dirt. You know, we weren't even good enough to be maggots, right? Like that's how they used to talk to us, right? Yeah. It was normal. If you got hurt playing football, coach would be like, you're all right, throw some dirt on it. So that was the big joke, throw some dirt on it. Your legs bleeding, you're like, think your leg's broken, throw some dirt on it, right? So you go from that generation to this new generation of children or young men, because they're like 20 years old, 22 years old in the NFL. I don't think they're used to people yelling at them like that. They don't like that. We didn't like it either, but there's nothing we could do about it. It just is what it is. So they got a voice. I think that whole culture's starting to transform and change.
Interesting. I like your insight on that. So
Fall Festival.
Fall Festival. Oh my goodness. It was a blast. We had so much fun. There were so many people there and everybody was smiling. It was great to see families out enjoying the weather. We dodged a huge bullet.
Oh, thank goodness.
There was no rain. Thank goodness. It rained the next day. Yes, we'll get into that. So Fall Festival was so much fun. We started early that morning to get everything prepared. Shout out to Maudie, Claudia, her whole team over at Alicia C Creative. Did an amazing job helping us with the event planning.
It was so nice.
It was really nice. We had a churro person there who served it with ice cream and all the yummy toppings, which that was a hit. So thank you to them.
People were sleeping on the churros at first because I would tell people there was a long line for the Habit food truck.
Go get a churro.
And there was couples. There were a husband and wife standing together. I'm like, you guys are doing this all wrong. One of you guys need to go get in that churro line right now. There's nobody there. Bring the dessert. Eat the dessert in line while you're waiting for your food.
Smart.
People start getting on it though.
Yes, that's a good idea. Got to spread that
Every
knowledge.
now and then I have a good idea.
So there was that. We talked about the food. We had a photo booth. Snaptastic was there. Shell, you're amazing. Thank you so much for capturing all the cute little pictures, which we'll be sharing on our social media soon. I just got the link today, so we'll upload those.
And a shout out to Shell. Thank you for your service. I never knew until Sunday that she's a veteran.
It's so awesome. Thank you for your service, Shell. And we found out that she is the godmother to one of our friends. And my friend Elise, I've known since elementary school. So she's really close to her family. So it's just so crazy how everyone's connected in some way.
I was tripping. I'm not gonna lie. We see her mom was there, right? And the kids go running up to Shell. These her grandkids go running up to Shell and give her a huge hug. I'm like, what is going on here? How do they know each other? And then she's like, oh yeah, these are my god kids.
So cool.
Such a small world. I love it.
It was awesome. And then what else do we have? We had a potion making station, which turned out to be bubbles. So the kids got to put different colored potions together and then blow bubbles. And they had so much fun with that. There's an arts and crafts station as well. And then we had a huge jumper, which our kids never left the jumper.
Most kids didn't. So there's some parents that got there right when it started and didn't leave until after it ended.
Yes.
Because the jumper guy didn't come till like 45 minutes after the event was over. Kids were having a ball. I hope everybody slept well that night. All the kids
I
slept
hope so,
early.
too.
Our kids went to sleep like at 7:30.
It was great.
Never happens.
No.
They usually go to sleep like 9:30.
They got in that jumper at 10 o'clock because we were there early.
I was in that jumper with them,
And
having a good old time.
I had some adults ask me, can I go in there? I'm like, absolutely, you can go in there. Have fun. Let your inner child out. So they had so much fun jumping in there the whole time. They were super tired. So it looks like I'm going to look at some of these comments here.
Professor Lucka joined us.
Oh, hi, Professor Lecca. Thank you. She said, we're looking great. And then Tanya said, Chris, you are ruthless. You are ruthless. Monica said the churros were delicious. They were so yummy.
They were good.
They were really good. And then Tanya said the fall festival was so amazing and fun. And it was her first time going to one of our fall festivals. And she won one of the raffles.
That was
which
pretty
is so cool.
So she actually, I think she won an Instapot, right?
She did.
So she was saying that right before we announced the winner and we said that we're going to raffle off the Instapot, she's like, I want that Instapot. And literally a couple seconds later, she won it.
So cool.
So there was like 250 people there, you guys.
Yes.
So the chances of winning 1 in 250, like that's pretty amazing.
It wasn't 1 in 250 because you received a raffle ticket if you made a donation.
Okay.
Or if you made a testimonial.
This just lets you know that Cori takes care of everything. And I think I know what's going on at these events, but honestly, Cori deserves all the credit for this. I don't think I did anything.
You showed up.
I showed up. I show up. You show up, you go up.
You show up, you go up. That's right. That's for sure. And you talked with all of our clients and you made sure that everyone is happy. So you didn't just show up.
I think I was. I hope if I missed anybody, I apologize. But I think I did talk to every single person there.
I did my best. I tried to talk with everyone. So if I missed you, I'm really, really sorry. We'll have to get together another time because I was spending some time with Nola. She needed to go to the restroom. So that took me away for a little bit, but we had a great time.
It was so much fun.
I mean, the amount of donations we got too.
Yes.
There were so many donations there for the Pause Center, which was great.
That was a very pleasant surprise. And I connected some community leaders with each other.
Uh-huh.
I love doing that. I love connecting people.
It's so great.
Thus the show Relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
And real estate second to relationships, right? Because
Yes.
we love meeting people and connecting people. It's the best.
It is. And speaking of connecting people, how about those Sanderson sisters?
So for people that don't know, the whole theme of this fall festival was Hocus Pocus. And if you haven't seen it yet, what planet do you live on where you haven't seen Hocus Pocus?
It was so
There's a lot of people
cool.
that didn't see it. And I was telling everybody that I talked to like a week up to a week before the fall festival, do us a favor, do yourself a favor, make sure your kids watch Hocus Pocus because they're going to appreciate the fall festival more if they've
Yes.
seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people did do that. And those Sanderson sisters, you go ahead and talk about them because
so
they
amazing.
were a hit.
They were in
stole the show.
character. They showed up and just commanded attention. And I felt like there was so much magic there with these witches. It was so cool. And the little kid, like Nola, some of the kids I thought maybe some kids might get a little bit scared of them, but they weren't. Nola said, they're not scary. They're fun. And all the kids are running up to them, getting pictures. And I had quite a few parents, Julianne,
Hannes.
Karina, they were like, oh, I don't care about what my kids think. I'm excited that they're here. So it was great. The adults all had a good time taking pictures with the Sanderson sisters. And I was in awe too, because this is the first time we've worked with that company, Pure Imagination.
Definitely not the last time.
Definitely not the last time. So amazing. They were in character the whole time. They danced. They got all the kids up on stage, had a little dance party, and they made balloons for all the little kids. So it was so much fun.
So you would think, I'm not going to toot my own horn because again, Cori deserves all the credit for this event. So I'm going to toot your horn. So you would think like, that's it. That's because that's plenty for a festival. But we also had, what was his name? Was it Magic Mike?
It was Mike the Magician.
Oh, Mike the Magician.
Okay,
I thought he was Magic Mike.
It wasn't that kind of party.
Okay, Mike the Magician.
That is so funny, Magic Mike. Mike the Magician. It was Mark the Magician,
Mark
not
the
Mike
Magician.
the Magician.
Okay.
We had a
He
magician
freaked me
there too.
out.
He did? Oh, yeah. He did that trick on stage.
So have you guys ever seen like a magic trick on TV or been to like a lounge or a comedy show? I mean, not a magic show, and you see somebody, they bring somebody out out of the audience, they bring them up on stage and they do this big trick and they read their mind and then I'm the guy in the seats watching this thinking bullshit. Like it's not real.
Yeah, this isn't
They
real.
know that person, they hired them, they work together as a family member. Like they it's all part of their act, right?
Right.
So he picked me for this trick and he had like a bag and there was something locked inside of it and there's no way basically that he could put anything in there, right? He was holding it up. There's nothing he could do. Everybody saw it. And he made me close my eyes and imagine, like, long story short, what card. He wanted me to picture a card in my head, not say anything. And at the end, it's like, so what card is it? And so I told him it's a 2 of spades. Anybody that knows me, I like 2s. I don't know why. I always have 2s on everything, right? So he brings out these cards, and they're all, I think, blue. They're all one color. And he goes, do you guys notice? Do you see his card? And then it's a red card with the 2 of spades. Like, how did he do that?
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but he was pretty magical. He was doing all these cool tricks. Our kids were super excited because they said, "Oh, the magician came over and did this trick for Valerie, and he did something with bunnies, and he made balls float in the air, and all kinds of cool stuff." And I'm like, wow, he really exceeded my expectations as well. And it looks like Monica made a comment. Valerie loved the magician. Yes, he was so good.
Did we?
And I'm not going to, at first, when Maddie told me, "Oh, do you want to have this magician?" I'm like, I don't really want to have a magician. Like, okay. But no, she blew me away. Trust me, Cori, just let's get the magician. So I trusted her, and he was a hit. And in addition, he gave out invitations to the Magic Castle. So anybody who wants to go there, it's invite only, then he could get them on the list, which is super cool.
If you haven't been to the Magic Castle, it's a great time. You could get there early, you have dinner, you have a nice dinner, and then you get to watch, there's usually like a handful of magicians there, and you get to watch their shows. It's so much fun. If you haven't been and you went to the fall festival, if you haven't figured out how to get a hold of the magician, contact us on the Punch Bowl or call us, email us, DM us, however you want to get a hold of us, and we will connect you so you can go to the Magic Castle.
Well, I did send out an announcement with his information on there, but again, yes, reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to get it to you. As a reminder, he said that it is adult only, but that they have a brunch show where kids are allowed. So
cool.
I'm all about getting us into a brunch session so the kids can experience that
They
again.
will love it.
It was a lot of fun. So with all the fun and excitement I forgot to mention Jamal, DJ. He kept the crowd going. He set the mood with the sounds for the spookiness of the fall festival. So thank you, Jamal,
Molly Mo.
for being our DJ. We really appreciate that too.
So his DJ name is Choice One.
Yes.
And he was on K-Day for like 10 years.
Yes.
And he's been DJing since high school.
We love Jamal. He's the best.
Well, he's family.
He is family.
Yeah.
So with all this excitement, the sounds, the witches, the jumpers, the smell of churros, and the lunch, the Habit catered food truck, all this excitement and spooky decor, you're going to have some crashers show up at your party.
Oh, yeah.
What in the what? Okay, so we had a check-in area. There's one gate to enter.
One way in, one way out.
And there's a sign that says private party reserved. And people had the nerve to walk in, which, okay, maybe you're lost. Maybe, okay, let me talk to you about it and we'll figure this out. So one family came in and Chris talked with them.
They asked for me.
They asked, "Hey, what's going on? What is this?" And so they were very kind. And Chris said, "Well, you're more than welcome to come in." Of course, we're going to turn them away.
Well, so they were new to the area. They bought a house in Stevenson Ranch a month ago. So we're not like, "Oh, you don't work with us, you can't come in here," right? Mm-hmm. They just bought a house, just moved to the area, so they're new to the area. I'm like, "Oh, how do you like it?" Blah blah. We're small talk, and he goes, "Would you mind if we came in? Like, my kid really wants to go on the jumper, and and I'm like, normally I wouldn't do this, but yeah, come on in. And I talked to him. We exchanged numbers. His name's Sam.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
nice guy.
This is the way you interact with people. This is being a good human being, a good person, having some respect for somebody and say, would you mind? Because my kids really want to. Now we had the opposite end of the spectrum. This dude walked in with his 3 kids. They were grown kids, like teenagers. And a little snot-nosed kid had boogers all over its face, probably 3 years old. And I was like, I don't recognize that person. I'm like, do you know him? And Chris said, no, I don't know him. So he went up to talk to him, and the guy just ignored him and kept walking.
And he was deep in there before I could actually catch up with him. But, it was like definitely a lot of entitlement.
Well, and I told Chris, look, it's one thing if you're going to come in, but like have some respect and ask. Don't just walk in because number 1, I don't know you. Number 2, I don't know what you're capable of. Like the people who are here, they're all really good people. Our clients, we know them. What if this person tries to say that their kid fell off a jumper and then now we're liable?
Sure.
But the biggest red flag was those boogers all over that kid's face. Like, I'm not trying to have all our guests have a cold from your snot-nosed kid. And so Chris went to go talk to them, and the mom ended up coming in. And I said, oh, are you looking for somebody? Like, can I help you? Just trying to be nice to her. I didn't know that was the mom.
Well, also because we don't know every single guest that we have, because Rena, some of her clients are there that we've never met before. Right. So we're just asking politely. We're not like, what are you doing here?
I was like, oh, are you looking for somebody? Can I help you find someone? Because I thought she was maybe one of Rena's guests. And she looked back at me and was like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, we need to get this woman out of here because I don't do well with people who try to go and just have that sense of entitlement. Like, oh, I could just walk into this party. Like, that's just horrible.
Their Lululemon pants. It's like, you need to get out of here with that Lululemon.
You need to stop.
Just so the entitlement, right? It that kind of stuff bothers me too.
Right.
I mean, I was having such a good time. I didn't let it get me down.
We just brought it up because
no.
These are the things you encounter at parties. I mean, we moved on from that. It was like
when I went to go talk to the guy though, he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat anything, and we're not going to take anything." I'm like, "Yeah, but
that doesn't mean you just
besides the point.
Show up."
So, like, how many people out there would you guys go to a private event and sneak into the event, but not only sneak into the event, but sneak your kids into the event?
Well, what kind of example are you setting for your children?
You just take whatever you want.
You just do what you want to do. Like, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to just go.
Because why? Because
I can?
I can.
I don't know. I'm just like, there's some code that, unfortunately, it's been broken. And I don't know. I just don't get down with people like that.
I should have called the Checkmat security because we had.
Oh, you should have.
We had a lot of our brothers and sisters there from Checkmat.
There would have been some sleepy time happening. Let me tell you.
Talk about sleepy time. So I made it today to Checkmat in the morning. Today's no gi day, and I'm trying to get back into shape, like have my stamina so I could last more than a 5-minute match. Mm-hmm. Man. My brothers put some work in on me today. I got choked out a few times today.
Oh, my.
I think I got a little mark.
You do.
A little mark.
And your lip's purple.
Oh,
got some rouge on your lip.
So the rouge is from from one of the guys over there. He's probably like 240 pounds, as big as like 6'3", big dude. He put me in this choke, and sometimes I could try to wiggle out of it. Mm-hmm. Not very successful at that most of the time. But the guy was so strong that I told him, I was like, before our match, I've had this overbite almost my whole life, but I think it was gone. I think he fixed my jaw, he lined it. Man, so sometimes if while somebody's trying to get you in a choke, they'll make you bite your own lip sometimes.
Ooh.
Because, they're, anyhow, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I had a good time today. I know it doesn't sound like a good time.
Well, you had a good time. Okay, so the last time he was leaving to go to jiu-jitsu, I said, oh, have fun, have a good time. And he was like, that's not fun. It's work. I'm like, oh, dang.
I'm going to work, girl.
Sorry.
I didn't say it like that. See how wives throw the emphasis on stuff and blow it out of proportion.
So I'm like, I'm just trying to say, go like have fun. It's something you like to do. So then this morning I said, oh, don't have fun. Don't have fun.
I did like the way you caught yourself today.
Yeah. I told her not have fun. So it sounds like, but you did have a good time.
I mean, it's fun because.
Oh, so it is fun.
Because most of the time it's not. You're getting your butt kicked like the whole time you're there.
Right.
But then you might get a little bit better, or you got out of this choke, or you got top position, or you submitted somebody, and that one win makes you forget about the like 20 losses you took in the same hour of class that you're there. So that's what I mean by fun. Like those little victories mean a big deal.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you had a little bit of, you had a little bit of a victory today because you had fun.
Because I made it. I didn't fall asleep. That's why.
Okay. You didn't go sleepy time.
Not sleepy time.
Well, we had a few comments. It looks like Tanya said the witches were amazing. They did a fantastic job. And did we have Channing Tatum at the event? Laugh out. No, we did not have Channing Tatum.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
So it was Magic Mark.
No, it was
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. Okay. Now we're talking. No, Mark the Magician. Oh, that's funny. Tanya. Oh no, I would just walk into a private event. Some people are just unbelievable. Yeah, I just don't get it.
I don't get it.
People are always trying to get one up on somebody else. It's just
right.
Like, really? No. Hey kid, you want to learn how to go and take advantage of someone's event? You just walk into this party. So after our fall festival, we had a blast there. Everybody had a great time. I didn't hear any complaints. We had the hugest hangover the next day because we were so tired from all the work and effort that went into it. I just wanted to sleep in, and it was raining.
I was dead. And
I don't know about you, but everybody in California, if it rains, it's like the world is ending.
People lose their damn mind. Oh my
gosh, there's water falling out of the sky. It's raining. And
I'm like, accidents everywhere.
Chris, he takes it to a whole nother level. He's like, I told him, okay, I need to run some errands when the kids get home. I don't want you running errands today. It's raining. I'm like, it's water. I'm concerned for your safety. Did you see so-and-so almost got T-boned while they were driving? And I'm like,
yeah, my boy Raph.
I get it, but like it's rain.
We could just make it one day. Like, did we really need to have a loaf of bread? Like, no, you can wait one more day, play it safe. I like to have the mother of my children and my wife continue to be in my life every day. She could be home one day. It wasn't that big of a deal. Like, you don't need to run all these cross-town errands on the one day that it rains all year long. Like, you could just wait till the next day.
Well, I did make it out to the grocery store because I made you some dinner. He was like, I'm not going out in that rain. I'm not.
I made it to jiu-jitsu though Monday morning.
Oh no, in the rain?
I was driving slow.
Oh good, I'm glad you made it safely. So how was your experience in the rain on Monday? Did everybody have a good rainy day experience? Because I did see on social media, one of our friends got a flat tire in the rain. That wasn't so good.
I mean, people do drive crazy in the rain. So I don't know how many years ago this was. This was before Santino. But if anybody knows, you're taking the 5 north and where the 5 and the 14 split. If you stay on the 5, you're going to our house, right? That's Stevenson, Newhall, Stevenson Ranch, Valencia. Anyhow, we have like fast food heaven right off of Lions Boulevard, right?
They call it Hamburger Hill.
Hamburger Hill, whatever.
Weird, I know.
But everything's there. Carl's Jr., McDonald's, In-N-Out is the big one, right? But everything's right there. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of out-of-towners. There's a lot of people that are traveling from Fresno, Bakersfield, whatever, coming to L.A. There's a lot of truckers. There's a lot of people going to Magic Mountain. They're staying in the little hotels around there, right? So there's a lot of shit going on there, and people just don't know what to do.
Yeah, so they lose their mind.
They lose their mind. So we got 2 lanes on each side. I think the speed limit is like 50, right? So shit's moving. Then you got the middle lane, which people don't know what to do in the middle lane because some of them are going into like IHOP, some are going to Pollo Loco. They go each way. Now there's a freeway entrance on one side of the street and the other side of the street.
And they take you to the same way on the freeway.
They take you the same way. You're not supposed to cut across traffic from like AM, PM and Taco Bell. Shoot across 5 lanes to go into the freeway. You're supposed to make a easy right and the freeway comes up on your right. What do you know? So the city's dropped the ball on this forever, but they do now have a sign up there that says it, but it's small.
Yes.
So people aren't paying attention. They're on their phone. They're missing it, right? So on a rainy day, I'm coming home off the freeway and I'm going down the street pretty slow, right? And out of nowhere, somebody shoots out of Taco Bell, tries to cross all the lanes, and pretty much T-bones me. Luckily, I was only going like 30 miles per hour and they just started to accelerate. So, I took damage. Was I in the Prius, Corolla? I can't remember what car it was back then. But anyhow, messed up the car. That's what we deal with on rainy days. And that's why I didn't want you to go out, because not you're driving, somebody else is driving.
I get it. I appreciate your concern.
I'm just always worried about my baby. That's all.
Thank you for watching out for me and being concerned about my safety. I appreciate that. So yesterday was Chris's brother's birthday, Christian. It was his big 30th. And so we get to celebrate this Friday. We're super excited about that.
So I got a little excited because I looked at the comments and I saw that Adriana's with us.
Hi, Adriana.
So we miss you guys. So Adriana's with us from Colorado.
Yay. How's it going there? How's the weather? I'd love to hear.
I heard there's a lot of California people going to Colorado.
Yes.
And from the pictures, because I follow you guys on social media, it seems like you guys love it up there.
Yep. So for those of you who are just joining us, I am Cori Silva. This is my husband, Christopher Silva, and we are the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending. You are on R&R Relationships and Real Estate. So thank you for being here with us.
And this is our Halloween Spooktacular, our first Halloween show.
Yay.
So this is Mary Poppins, and I'm the other guy. What's his name, Bert?
Bert.
Or Ernie?
Come on, Bert. It's not that funny.
Whatever. You got to keep throwing them out there. I just keep trying. Eventually you laugh.
Adriana said it's nice and chilly there. Oh, good. Because it's finally cooling off over here. We just finally had some rain we were just talking about.
So Adriana, is Ish happy that you guys left the neighbor back over here in Acton? Or does he miss him? I want to hear it. Her husband hated this neighbor.
Oh, talking about neighbors.
Ooh. Yeah, they pop up. Sometimes you got these problem people. I just don't understand it.
I don't get it either. All right, thankfully we have really great neighbors.
Oh, we have the best neighbors. So anytime anybody goes out of town, like we just tell each other. Everybody watches the house,
picks up the packages, brings them in. Then when they get home, we deliver them.
Even takes out the trash, puts the trash back in.
I know.
Who does that? Our neighbors do.
Yeah, they're so great. We love where we live. So what else happened this past week? Santino got MVP at jiu-jitsu.
That boy's been on a roll. So let me just say, what I love about him is he is not cocky about anything.
No, not at all.
He's like the sweetest boy, right? Tell you how sweet our kids are. Like, I've been itching and dying. I'm a sci-fi nerd for people that don't know. I love the fantasy stuff. Corey's not into it. So I'm all, I'm alone on an island watching this stuff. Like, I'll watch some of the crappy
some of the stuff I like, but I don't like that low budget stuff.
Well, I just watched some low budget like Shannara on Netflix because I had nothing to watch and I was up like late, and so I watched it. But anyhow, I've been dying to get Santino or Nola. She's a little bit younger, so Santino into like Harry Potter, right?
Oh, he did get into it until it got to that really scary
Until it got to Deathly
season.
Hollows, right? And now they're just, he was like, oh, I can't. I mean, it is pretty scary.
Oh, yeah.
He's out there talking about, I'm going to kill you, Harry. And we're like, whoa, buddy, easy. So Santino, I keep going back to him like, baby, there's so many things I want you to watch. Because he'll come in, at night or in the morning. He's like, Dad, what were you watching? Because when you log on to Netflix, it's still there.
Yeah, you got to get in a better habit of taking it off.
What? I mean, it's
like terrified when
it's like a PG-13. It's like Lord of the Rings is on. It's not like I'm watching, I don't know, some rated.
Well, you do watch Walking Dead. I don't want him to see that.
Anyhow. So he hasn't seen any of that. But the point is our kids have no idea what any of that stuff is. And it's funny because I was talking to, one of our friends and she was like, oh, our kid loves to watch horror movies and they're the same age, right? Mm-mm. And just to tell you how our kids are, we were at Spirit of Halloween or the Spirit store, right? And there was a knife with blood on it. And Nola's like, Mommy, why does that knife have ketchup on there?
It's so cute.
Our kids are so like, they're their age.
Yes.
Thank goodness. Not.
There's no hurry to have them grow up.
None.
Just
but I can't wait
forever.
to watch like Lord of the Rings and some of that cool sci-fi stuff with the kids. So I'm excited about it when they're ready.
Oh yeah. Well, they could take their time. I don't want them to grow up any day soon.
So this is how, unfortunately, she's been married to me a long time. This I am. I'll just take over the conversation. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'll go off on a tangent. This was about Santino.
Yes.
Circling back. This boy's been on fire in jiu-jitsu. He leaves all the jiu-jitsu stuff in jiu-jitsu. He never brings it home, right? He's won like 6 MVPs in a row.
I know. And he's so cute because as soon as he gets it, he just adds to his collection in the car. And on the car door, it's like their
He
shrine.
gets a sticker. The
So they
MVP's
have
a sticker.
stickers everywhere inside the car. And most parents are like, don't put stickers in the car. But I don't care. I think it's cool. It's their claim to fame.
They love it. And, I asked him, I was like, I always ask him and Nola, why do you think you won? He's like, well, Dad, I don't think, I think I won every match that he did when he was sparring or drilling. Or I missed it, unfortunately. I was in a meeting. So it's like one of the ones that I missed and he won MVP. But I love him over at thank you so much to Checkmat because this kid is so good with his fundamentals.
Yes.
And he's so good about not taking his skills outside of class.
Right.
He's not a bully. He actually has been bullied and has not stood up for himself because he doesn't want to hurt somebody. Like it takes a lot for a kid to do that, right?
Right. Well, the other day, there was a kid who was bothering him and kind of had him like in a headlock, and he told him like, "Let me go," like let go. I saw it happening. I said, "Let go," and the kid didn't, and the kid was like yelling really loud. And Santino's got sensitive ears. He does not like it when people talk too loud, especially by his ear. And he was like, "You need to stop yelling," and he yelled in his ear again, and he just took that elbow right to the kid and just elbowed him, got out of it. And I was like, I was like, I'm not even mad at you. Like, you used your words. The kid didn't want to listen, so
I talked to him when he got home. I told him, you know what, Santino, I heard what happened today. I heard some kid was messing with you, but and you elbowed him in the face.
It wasn't in the face.
No, not in the face. Well, that he elbowed him. I thought it was in the face, but whatever. That he elbowed him. It's on his head. Whatever. So I think he thought I was going to discipline him. And I was like, I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. And I like that you used your words first. And since they didn't listen to your words and somebody's got their hands on you, you have every right to defend yourself.
Absolutely. So proud of him for standing up for himself. Yes, definitely. So anyways, switching up gears, I am wondering, did we get any more comments? Tanya said, way to go, Santino. That's so awesome.
And Adriana's loving Colorado.
And she got lucky there. So that's great.
They have so much family there. Like it's a perfect situation for them. I was so happy that they moved there.
Yes, but we do miss you. So switching up gears a little bit, for the ladies who are watching, does anybody have someone they could recommend for a good pedicure? Because
I feel so bad with you and your experiences.
I think I just have my expectations. I mean, the bar is not that high. Like all I need is for someone to clean the bottom of my feet real good, make them soft, and rub them good. And then the polish, I'm simple. I don't need no crazy designs, like very simple. Can I find that somewhere? Does anybody have someone they could recommend?
But this place you went to, didn't it have like 5 stars on Yelp?
All these really good reviews. And my sister-in-law, she's been looking for me too. She's on all these different groups on Facebook. And she's like, this place is really good. You need to go here. Because I don't have time to look for that. And I usually just do it myself because I don't want to get disappointed going somewhere. So I went yesterday and I'm just so mad. I'm like, I can't believe I just spent $60 on this. $60 for this? I was mad. I was like, okay, I'll just stay home and paint my own toenails. But I want that experience. I want a spa experience.
So if anybody out there that knows Cori, she's not a complainer, right? So like she's the type of person, if the food comes out cold or something's wrong with the food at a restaurant, she's not going to send it back. Where I'm like, take it back, right? But so I was proud of her because you stood up for yourself at this place, right? But then you were worried that maybe you're looking like a Karen at the place, right?
I didn't want to be that lady. I didn't want to be the one complaining all loud. But I'm like, if I paid for a service and this is what it says it's going to be, like, you need to do
what happened? What happened exactly?
So the girl didn't even rub me on my feet, and it says
what would you pay for?
I paid $60 for a 60 to 75 minute treatment, which included the callus remover, a scrub, hot stone, and 15 minutes of massage. And then you get your toenails painted or whatever. So I'm sitting there. I was like, I can't wait till she's going to rub the bottom of my feet. And I'm like, she's painting my toenails. Like, maybe she just rubs my feet after she's done painting my toenails. Okay. They got their own way of doing it. And so then I'm waiting and I'm like, she's done. Okay, she's done. She's not going to rub my feet. Okay. And then I look at my watch and I'm like, it's been 50 minutes. I just paid for 60 to 75 minutes. Like, when am I going to get that foot massage? So I'm like, well, maybe she'll be coming back now.
Well, did the guy say it was like 15 minutes of rubbing?
So Yes, because I specifically asked before I told them what treatment I wanted. I want a massage. I want someone to rub my feet. I will pay extra. Like, just tell me what I need. And, oh, yeah, this is included. Okay. Well, then she didn't rub my feet. So then afterwards, I'm like, oh, yeah, that nail polish is all bubbling too. So I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of like not saying anything. So I did say something when I was getting ready to leave because I'm like, well, I'm never going to come back here. So what do I have to lose? Like, it's not like I'm going to come back and they're going to cut me the next time because I'm always worried about complaining. They might cut you. Right?
Cut you.
They will. They'll cut your cuticles and they'll talk crap about you if like you complain. So then I was like, I'm going to say something. And I told him, he goes, how was it? Because the guy running the place was really nice. And she was nice. She just didn't do a good job or do what she was supposed to do. And I said, well, my toenail polish is bubbling. And how long was it supposed to happen? Or how long was the treatment? Because I didn't get massaged. And he was like, oh, well, it says 60 minutes, but it just depends. Like if you have worse feet than other people, like a harder condition, it takes longer to scrub the feet.
He's trying to make you feel good that she didn't rub you that long?
Like my feet are like glorious or something. Like, they ain't glorious.
You got some
Let me tell
talent
you.
sometimes.
You need to chill. Don't be
Like
talking about my
one time
feet.
I thought you cut my artery under the bed, like on my ankle.
You better be careful because I will cut you. You better watch out while you sleep. You're going to sleep with one eye open tonight.
You use some of that magic on those feet, girl.
Okay, you need to calm down.
I'm just messing with you.
Listen, I know some people who are brujas, okay? So you better watch out. It's spooky time right now. So anyways, back to my story.
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Yeah. Now everybody's going to be talking about my talons for the next 2 weeks. Art's going to be like, oh, Cori, those talons. Anyways, I got stories about him, but I got more respect than that. Anyways, so then I was like, I didn't get rubbed. He's like, oh, well, she set the timer for 15 minutes. Oh, so now you're saying I'm lying too. I'm like, okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, he's like, she'll fix your nail polish. I said, okay. So then I went back, I sat down and, for ladies who get their nails done, they always put a base coat to make sure that when they put the nail color on, your nails don't turn yellow. And I don't want to have no yellow nails, right?
Yeah, no.
So she takes the polish off really quick and she gets the polish and she starts to put it on. I was like, are you going to put a base coat on? And I'm like, well, maybe she didn't hear me because I got my mask on. I'm like, oh, excuse me, are you going to put a base coat on? She straight ignored me. I was like, oh, I guess you're not putting the base coat on, and just did and so then of course I went back and I complained again. And I was like, listen, I really wanted to like you guys, but I'm not coming back here.
So we got a recommendation. Adriana says,
go to the place in front of Chuck E. Cheese by Jalaba Juice. Oh, probably Jamba Juice and Noah's Bagel. Oh, that's right down the street from our house. Okay, I know which place you're talking about. I've never tried that place. I'll give it a whirl. Is there someone that I need to ask for? Please tell me, because that's important too. Do you have your peeps,
Adriana? Let us know like who's the one to go to.
Yes.
It's funny because one time she called me. I think we were in the middle of selling our house, and I was like, I answered the phone, and I've only gotten a pedicure twice in my life, and it was during COVID, and the lady came to our house, remember?
Yeah.
So I felt kind of bougie. Like I'm talking to Adriana, she's like, "What are you doing?" Because the lady's, I don't know, she said something to me, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting a pedicure right now."
That's funny.
Yeah, so it's funny. The only time I get a pedicure, I'm talking to Adriana on the phone.
That's funny.
And now she's on the show. I love it.
Well, Professor Lecca made a comment too. She said, Tino is a great kid and very tenacious. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate that. We're so proud of him. So enough about talons and toes. And I'm so happy that Adriana has a recommendation for me because I need to find something to take me away. So switching to real estate.
Do we have to talk about real estate?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I have so much fun just catching up with you, rehashing the week. It's always fun.
Yes, and we're starting to run low on time, so we have about 10 minutes to get into the real estate portion of our show. I have some questions for you. Like, we always take this time to reflect on how our year has been going and to take time to meet with our agents and do their year review and find out like what we can do to help them meet their goals for the next year.
Sure.
So you had that with one of our agents recently.
Yes.
And she's amazing. I just wanted to see if maybe you can share some of the stuff, like that you talked about and some of the real life things that happens in real estate as a realtor.
Sure. So, I mean, it's great in whatever you do for a living. I don't care what it is. It's great to have somebody that you can do a review with, right? That can be on the outside looking in, because sometimes the answer is so easy,
right?
But you can't see it because you're in it, right? So, I want to give a shout out to Meg because, she's coming up on her second year of being a real estate agent, right?
Well, in November, it'll be her 2-year anniversary.
That's what I'm saying. She's coming up on her second year. Her first year, she hit whatever number she hit as far as sales, commission, whatever you want to call it. And between the first year and the second year, which this year is not over yet,
yes.
She still has time to do some more business, right? Help some more families. She has increased her earnings by 300%.
That's awesome.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
And she didn't realize that until she saw it in her face on paper.
Yes.
Which was great. Just that alone is like, oh, wow, I am doing better than I think I'm doing. Right. So that was the first thing. And then for me, we're always not in a hurry, but like, I feel like if somebody's going to be working with us, they got to be able to make a living, right? So they got to make at least 6 figures if they're going to work with us. Or else what's the point? If you're going to be full-time, you're working with us, like you better be good.
Right.
Right. So let me help you get good, and let me help you be independent. And there has to be something for them too, which is you're making 6 figures and you could live here, make a living. So that's my goal for her. And I think the path to get there is so easy for her that she doesn't realize it. So Meg knows everybody. She's been here her whole life, right? She's involved in so many different things, whether it be climbing the stairs or her drenched or fishing. She has like a lot of cool activities, but she wasn't sharing that stuff on social media. So I think people needs to get to know her a little bit better. And another big thing is the 3-foot rule. Do you know what the 3-foot rule is?
The 3-foot rule. Stay. No, actually, if you could tell me, I was gonna try to like switch it, but look at the prompts. Reel it in.
Okay, so just real quick to talk about the reason why we sat down with Meg. We want to teach her how to be a better real estate agent, right? We want her to be successful. So just giving her the tools that she needs to have to get there. Right. So we did that yesterday. It's fun to do that. We love to help everybody be successful. So if you don't have that person in your profession, get that person, because the steps to get to become more successful aren't that tough.
Right. Sometimes you just need someone on the outside to give you some perspective on how to make your business grow. So I'm super excited that you're able to meet with her, and she's always open for suggestions, right?
Yeah, she has such an open mind. So today we're switching roles.
Yes. So normally I leave and go pick up the kids, and but today I am taking a little bit of me time.
As you should.
I mean, I don't really have much of that.
You don't, baby.
So I'm going to have some R&R, but it's not relationships and real estate. I'm going to go relax a little bit and spend some time on myself while Chris helps out and picks up the kids for me. And this is our last episode of October. Before we go, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any comments. It looks like Adriana said, have a great weekend. Happy Halloween, guys. Happy Halloween to you too. And, did everyone get in their Halloween costume pictures of their family? No. Please make sure that you guys also do that too. And this is our last episode of October. We like to wish everyone a happy Halloween on Sunday. Have a great time with your families. We hope you post lots of pictures because we would love to see them all.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week for the first week of November.
So please visit us next week, every single Wednesday on Facebook Live.
Thank you again for watching another episode of R&R, Relationships and Real Estate. Remember, we go live every Wednesday at noon, Facebook Live, and be sure to catch us next week.
Thank you for joining us, guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.